created British philosophy. So British philosophy at this time was controlled by Freemasons. We'll discuss the Freemasons more next class, okay? But the main purpose was to really deny God and truth. And there were three major strands of this philosophy. Okay, the first major strand is what we call empiricism, and the most famous proponent of this is John Locke. John Locke argued that we are born with a tabula rasa, a blank mind, okay, a blank slate. And so whatever information comes into us is through experience, only through experience, okay? Not through reasoning, not because of God, not because of imagination or inspiration, not because of the divine spark in us, but through just experience and only experience, okay? David Hume proposed a new idea called Skepticism. And he goes even further than John Locke. John Locke says that we experience the world, and that's how we know the world. Now, the entire basis of science is the idea called induction. If I see a white swan 1,000 times, I can then infer that all swans are white. Okay, this is the idea of induction. This is what underlies the scientific process. Without the idea of induction, you can never access truth. And what David Hume says is, induction does not work. You cannot prove that just because you've never seen a black swans don't exist. Okay, you could have seen 10 million white swans. That does not prove that all swans are white and can only be white. And he's right, because there are black swans, okay? So what he's saying is the very project of truth-seeking, the very project of epistemology, of philosophy, it's all nonsense. Not only that, but we don't really know things. All we do is remember things. Okay? So when we say that Rome is the capital of Italy, we think we know it, but we don't know it. It's all just convention. It's all just we agree to call a place in Italy Rome. We agree that that's a capital, okay? It's all just agreement. But there's no basis for truth here. All right? So now this raises the problem of, okay, if God doesn't exist, if truth doesn't exist, if there's no way for us to reach truth, if there's no way for us to discover truth, then what can we do? And so Jeremy Bentham proposed the idea of utilitarianism. The way we understand the world is just through utility. If it is good for the majority of people, then it must be good. If it causes pleasure for the majority of people, then that policy must be good. If people want to eat candy all the time and makes them feel happy, then we should allow them to eat candy. And that is inherently good. Okay? And then what his disciple, John Stuart Mill, will do is he'll take the basis of this idea of utility as a basis of good and evil to create liberalism. Okay? So the very idea of liberalism today is based on utilitarianism. So for example, homosexuality. Why is homosexuality good? Because first of all, homosexuals want to be homosexuals, okay? You force them not to be homosexuals, they'll feel bad, but also what's more important is they're not doing any harm to anyone, right? So if you just do the mathematics and you recognize that allowing homosexuality is a positive, and that positive and brings more pleasure to the world, then you should allow it. Okay? And this religious talk of it goes against the will of God, it's against the Bible, it's just nonsense. We should just focus on first principles and just focus on utility. Does it bring benefit to people? And this is the very basis of British philosophy. And as you can appreciate, this aligns very much with the Sapientian Frankist idea of the world, right?